70 years ago, fur trappers and development eliminated river otters in Indiana. Wildlife officials reintroduced the river otter to the state in 1995. Today, they live in all but a dozen of Indiana's counties, and they're starting to become a problem. As Gretchen Frazee reports, state officials are considering what was once unthinkable, instituting an otter trapping season.
John Van Horn loves the outdoors.
I'm a hunter, I'm a fisherman.
The centerpiece of Van Horn's backyard is a large pond. He stocks it with bluegill and catfish so he and his family can fish and enjoy the wildlife in their backyard. But recently, otters have moved in.
I went down there and I chased them around the pond, so I was pretty close to them. But they weren't afraid of me, and I got a good look at them, and they were really neat looking, but they're being neat looking and costing me money isn't the thing. But this right in through here is where I saw that.
Van Horn could only watch as the river otters ate the fish he bought to stock his pond. The Department of Natural Resources received 86 complaints like Van Horn's in 2013, up from just 34 in 2011. That's why the DNR is now proposing letting Hoosiers trap them.
Illinois, Kentucky, Ohio, they've all reintroduced river otter, and they all have regulated trapping seasons. And so we looked at, all of their experiences, and essentially going last, we were able to see the good and the bad of what had been done, and come up with a really good plan after consulting with biologists from those other states.
The proposed otter trapping season would run from November through March. For at least the first year, there would be a cap of 600 otters total and 2 otters per person. Trappers would have to register with the state before and after catching an otter. On a recent weekday morning, Don Coley sets traps for beaver and muskrat.
At this point, I'll take the safeties off.
But he soon hopes he'll be able to trap otters as well.
To me, it'd just be the ideal thing to catch something that was endangered years ago and has been brought back to Indiana. If I was going to set for an otter, that's where I'd set a 220 conibear.
Coley has been trapping since he was a young boy and says it's a family tradition he wants to keep going.
Personally, I'd just love to see it more or less for my grandchildren.
Coley and a group of trappers donated money in the 90s to help the DNR bring river otters back to Indiana. He says trappers have made their traps more humane in recent years, and he assures they're made so they don't unintentionally trap dogs or other pets. Others still have concerns. At a public hearing, Greg Griffin spoke against the proposal, saying he was worried history would repeat itself and the otter would once again disappear from Indiana.
Wildlife is the public's trust. That's a public trust that we're dealing with there. To say that if we don't trap them, that they're going to, the numbers are going to go off the charts, who's to say that's true?
Supporters of trapping counter that other states with trapping seasons have still seen an increase in their river otter populations. And biologists say if an otter hunting season isn't approved, the DNR will have to come up with something to keep the otter population from getting out of hand.
Just like with a lot of other species, whether it's white-tailed deer, the Canada geese that you see behind me, anytime those populations get higher, sometimes there's a little bit of an erosion of public support for those species. And so that's our responsibility to manage those species.
The State Natural Resources Commission is currently reviewing the proposal and could decide whether to approve it as early as January 20th.